Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to this edition of Vice to this Other Newsstand. I am Christian Chico. A big welcome to this edition. We are here in the street, on the streets to get people responding to the topical reports that we have. This morning, I have my analysts here this morning. They're here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. A big welcome to whoever is on the line this morning. Early birds this morning. If you subscribe to Flip TV, I'll say a big thank you and a big welcome to this program, one of the best adjudged programs in on the planet. Let's go straight to the newspaper headlines. This morning, I have with me the Vanguard newspaper and also have the Punch. I have the Vanguard, I have the Punch newspaper. This morning, one of the stories that caught my attention, I will start with that cash transfer that is on the Punch. Transfer, cash transfer below the down part of the Punch. Some Nigerians haven't seen 5,000 naira before. Some Nigerians haven't seen 5,000 naira before. Let's go straight to the main headline on the Punch newspaper. I have with me federal government PDP clash as economy grows by 3.4%. What are the indices? What are the indices? Highest in 7 years. Economy grows by 3.4%. Highest in 7 years. You can see National Youth Service Corps members 2021 batch A Stream 1 during their passing out parades in Lagos. Most of my friends they just finished their NYSC. So the batch Stream A and batch A and Stream 1 have just finished their NYSC service. Okay. Uh, the response from the PDP when they heard that the economy has grown by 3.4%. He said, "This is voodoo economics. This is voodoo economics of Buhari. When you talk of economic growth, it must have a direct impact on the lives of the people." That's from the PDP. When you talk of economic growth, it must have a direct impact on the lives of the people. This is what the APC through Lai Mohammed or the position of the government is saying that we have an opposition that doesn't want to hear anything good about the country and this administration. We have an opposition that doesn't want to hear anything good about the country and this administration. Let's look at still on Abakari drug business. PSC orders fleeing ASP's arrest, suspend Kyari's associates. PSC, the Police Service Commission, orders one of the fleeing suspect, ASP, arrest, suspend Kyari's associates. Customers kick over silent hike in electricity tariff amid fuel scarcity. Customers kick over silent hike in electricity tariff amid fuel scarcity. On the strike, FG Interreligious Council meet ASU next week. FG and Interreligious Council meet ASU next week. The government has enough on its hands this morning. Let's go to the the Vanguard newspaper. Cocaine saga NDLEA 6 court orders to extend Kyari's detention and wants to verify his estates in Lagos, Abuja. PSC suspend 2 Kyari's men, direct IDP to suspend 2 inspectors. Inspectors will be suspended very soon over the cocaine saga involving Abakari. Out of school children, national problem. Federal government has made their position on that. Well, scarcity, FG marketers others disagree. And let's have Southeast must produce next president. Igbo elders insist. I have Mr. Charles.
Good morning. My name is Charles.
Yeah.
Good morning, our listeners. Good morning, our listeners all over the world. Wish you all the best in all your endeavors these days.
Okay, let's look at federal government is saying that out of school children, leave Mr. Lucky. Out of school children, they are becoming a problem in Nigeria.
Out of school students?
Children that are out of school.
Well, what do you expect from? There are so many factors that can lead to that. You know, so many parents has no money to sponsor most of their children to school, and then you find out that most of these schools. Okay, let me just use churches as an example. You find out in a situation in Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria that you see a church whereby a member of a church will contribute money to build a church, but their children cannot afford to go to that particular school.
I disagree with you.
Huh?
I disagree with you.
My brother, it's only in Nigeria that a member of a member of a particular church will finance the building of what? A school. But their children cannot be able to go to that particular school.
I disagree with you.
Thank you, brother. That's your own opinion, but I have seen it and it has happened right from Port Harcourt. I have been in Port Harcourt. I have just so many cases
Is it
like
one
that.
member that finances school?
My brother, even if the member did not find, how many, do you know that before you build a school in Nigeria, you will go to a particular, what do? You go to most of these churches, you say, offering time that you want to build a particular school. Even if it is your 1 naira, you have helped in financing the building of that particular school. And then if you can do that and your child cannot be able to afford to go to that school, what do you expect?
Let's come to the federal government.
Now you are talking
Are
about
there schools in Nigeria that people that don't have money can go to?
my brother. We have so many schools that in Nigeria that a lot of people cannot afford. Now that you can afford to pay the rate of 10,000 naira, that your parents can afford to pay the rate of 10,000 naira for you to go to school, doesn't mean that another person can afford such amount of money. There's so many things that the government can do just to lower the educational levy in Nigeria, but they are not doing it. Now, yes, another factor we should be talking about here is most of the youths in Nigeria, most of them, they don't want to go. That's another factor.
Are you talking? Okay, there's a geographical area.
Areas that
Think, like what the Boko Haram means, against Western education.
Thank you very much.
Most of them in that area don't really value.
Their own is even different. Forget about them because they don't believe in Western education. They don't believe in Western education. What they believe in, all this, all this after their Islamic school. I think that's the most important one today. Then you don't blame them for that. They should go. But for you to have told me that the federal government are not most of the things that you find out in Nigeria, the federal government are also part of it. Like I said, I gave you an example that you cannot help to finance a school in Nigeria, and at the point your children cannot be able to afford to go to that particular school. Where in US is such a thing done? Where in most of these West, as our brothers, we have so many of them that are viewers here. Our viewers are in abroad. Free education, and they know how to entice you to go to school. They don't, okay, look at, it was of recent that I was even surprised that somebody like Rashford is still a student.
Rashford?
Yes. Are you getting me? But look at the kind of weight this young man has accumulated to himself. But you have time to study. You have time to write your exams. But look at Nigeria, what is happening? Look at the ASU strike. Look at what is going on in Nigeria. You cannot even afford to do most of things. Simply because the factors militating most of these things is not in plan.
Is there any hope for out-of-school children in Nigeria?
Well, when you're talking about hope, even you that go to school, what hope do you have?
No, let's start with the out-of-school children.
Forget about out of school. You that go to school, what hope do you have in this country? What hope? Let me go to.
You can see, they just finished their NYSC.
My brother, it is only when you go to service that you now believe that you now start recognizing the fact that schools is very, very important in Nigeria. But when you ask yourself, you ask a question that what are the hope for those that didn't go to school? What about you that goes to school? Can you turn your camera to most of these people that are staying there? Most of them are master degree holders. Most of the people you see here reading newspaper are degree holders. Do you want to tell me that they cannot work? I was listening over to the Minister of Education. He said that the problem of Nigerians is not that there's no job. The problem is that the youth don't want to work. Says who? And I will stand to prove him wrong. The Nigerian youth are one of the most important people, one of the most hardworking people in the world. And you are not telling me now that there's no hope for somebody that didn't go to. What about you that go to school? How many can you turn your most of the people you are seeing here, they are graduates. What hope do they have in the country? What kind of job are they into? No job. And you are telling me that even somebody that didn't go to, my brother, things should be done. Even they say a leader must lead by example. Once you go to school and you find out most of the people looked at you as if you are earning what is duly right for you. Nobody will tell them, nobody will advise them not to go to school. They will start going to school by themselves. But they will look at you. Do you know, I know school is very, very important. I will not advise anybody not to go to school. It's very, very important. But you ask yourself,
even the educational system, do you have good learning facilities that will equip you as a student?
Let me bring this to your notice now. When you graduate as a student, either polytechnic or university in this country. It is only when you go to survey that your eye will open. You not begin to
You wasted your time.
not even wasting of time. That is when they will now start teaching you what you call SAID, skill acquisition. I was in service 2016. When I was serving, they said we have different section of SAID. We have tailoring department, mechanic department, and then we are meant to spend 2 weeks in camp, 3 weeks in camp. And then we were in. They said everybody should choose where he or she will specialize. And then I went to tailoring, and I asked myself, can I be able to learn tailoring within the space of 3 weeks? What are they trying to do? They are trying to say that there's no job out there. Because in the Western world, you are working. Somebody was telling us here on phone that his children are just barely 20. They are working there in overseas, and they are also schooling, having their own different cars, But Nigeria, yeah, where can you do? Most of these taxi drivers you are seeing, they are graduates. Where can you find such thing in
So
Nigeria?
these graduates that are coming out every year, where are they placing them? Where do you find
They
them?
are the one roaming. They are the one roaming around the streets. That is why there's crime almost on in Nigeria. Crimes is taking place in Nigeria. The level of crimes in Nigeria, my brother, is going higher and higher every day. Because you cannot go to school. Your parents cannot place all the hopes on you. Become a medical doctor, become a lawyer. You read mass comm, you read this theater art, and you have a dream. You have a dream of becoming somebody in the future. After graduating, you have nowhere to be placed, and you decided to maybe let's
Are you
assume
speaking from experience?
more than experience. More than experience. If you're talking about experience, I think we are part of it. Not even speaking from we are part of it.
Okay. The federal government has promised that they are going to see 5,000 naira very soon, like the cash transfer, so that augments the subsidy, transportation.
This is not the first time you and I are hearing 5,000 naira every month. 5,000 naira. Can
Some Nigerians haven't seen 5,000 naira before, says minister.
I don't want to use F word on that man because I think
The lady.
most of that lady, right? Most of them are insane. They don't know. In short, these are group of old men that need to be flushed out from this country. How will it be preaching to someone who is a giant and one of the richest, if I'm not mistaken, one of the richest oil producer in the world, one of them, and you're not telling me that some of the family have not seen 5,000 naira before that.
Some Nigerians have not seen 5,000.
Yes, if you give them 5,000 naira, they will clap for you that you have done something. You have done what nobody have done to them. What do you mean? There are so many things to be fixed. Every day they keep on telling you and I that they're going to give you for 5,000 naira. What do you mean by 5,000 naira? How many have you seen? When Buhari came in, he said that he's going to be paying almost everybody. How much? 10,000 naira per month. Have you ever seen 1 naira? Do anybody knows you? So what are they trying to preach? My brother, the fuel subsidy they are talking about, these are artificial scarcity that has been caused by most of them. They knows where the fuel is. They should bring out the fuel, not even to subject the people to subject of what? Suffering, and which is not supposed to be. We are suffering. The Nigerians are suffering. You have no job. There's no job out there. You are talking about 5,000 naira to fish. How much is a meal? Do you know that earlier this morning, was it my brother went out to eat? He came back and he was crying that he used 1,500 to eat, just 1,500 naira to eat what to balance his health, but he cannot even see what he bought.
Balance what?
To eat. In his only Nigeria.
That one cannot balance your head.
What are you saying? At least let it fix somewhere. Even if it is a square 5,000 naira, if you're a man or a woman that has 2 kids at home, what can 5,000 naira fix for your family? Can 5,000 naira fix a pot of soup in Nigeria right now? How much do you buy? How much is just a head of fish now in this country?
Okay. Federal government and PDP clash as economy grows by 3.4%, highest in 7 years.
For what? Why would they be clashing? Why were they supposed to be? No, see, if
my own is, how does the economy affect you? Even as it's growing, is it affecting us positively?
What are you saying? What you are talking about the growing of economy? What level of growing are you talking about? What achievement are you trying to preach to the whole world now that you and I can? There's nothing like achievement here. I've not seen any achievement.
It's not reflecting your life. It does not reflect in the life of anybody.
See, Cheko, is it working?
It's what it's like.
Now, when you're talking about the average Nigerians here are only surviving by the grace of God. Is going on. Not even on. When you preaching to me that the level of economy is what is improving the standard of living of this so citizens of Nigeria. We are only surviving by the special grace of God. But the economy you are talking about, my brother, forget it. The economy have just failed almost everybody, being the federal government. So for them to start telling us that 3% or thereabout, my brother, it's just something they just come out, they cooked it up.
So what are you advising the government?
I'm advising the government that they should do the needful. They should do the right thing. They knows what is right because forget about today you are there, tomorrow you might not be there. Are you getting me? Look at some of them. You think that when you help somebody, look at what happened. I was listening to radio. I told my brother this morning a kind gesture that was done by somebody that you never expected, the Super Eagle player, Ahmed Musa.
Yeah,
You heard it.
2 million.
A man, I was on radio, somebody pictured that man in at Enugu there. When they pictured him, he said he cried for Kingsley, the 1996 one Olympic player. They now invited the man on air through phone call by our former late Buba that played in Power. Somebody like that is Ifeanyi Udeze. He called the man has to tell him that this is what he's doing for a living now as an ex-player, as an ex-international. What is he doing? He is a taxi driver there at Enugu. Do you know that we never know, sometimes when you are doing things, you never knew that God is there watching, positioning you for people that will position you in this life. At a point, what happened? Ahmed Musa was there in Turkey, hearing what is going on, and he called the minister, the media officer, Babafemi Raji, and they sent him the phone number of some Kingsley Obiekwu. He sent 2 million naira to this man. And this man came out in public, thanking him. Now, what are we preaching? This is a kind of gesture that, Nigerians, somebody in government, you would think that you helping this person cannot, once you help the person will be more than you. Something that, the kind of prayer that is going on social media because of Musa, do you want to tell me that guy will ever remain poor in life again? These are things that the government should reason. It's not that maybe you are in government today, you don't want to help this person because if I should help this person, you're going to be better than me. Says who? Okay. Now, a man like that has been helped, has been positioned. Do you think that you forget somebody like that person? But the federal government, they have what it takes. Most of them, you go to their offices. We are opportune to use our CV to work towards most of these companies. What they will tell you that there's no job for you. But the Minister of Education came out 2 days ago and he was saying that there is job in Nigeria. The problem is not that there's no job in Nigeria. The problem is that there's no people to work for the job. But how many times? We graduated since 2014 and we served 2016 as a copper. No, tell us, where can you boast of that this is a particular place where you have worked in? And this is where you can lay your hands that you have worked. So many companies you have worked around with your CV, what they will tell you that you are not qualified. What they are looking for is somebody at the age of 25, somebody at the age of 24. Then it means that you that graduated at the age of 28, 29, you have no hope again.
Take it easy. Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, vibrating this morning. Good morning, Mr. Chigozie.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. Why is it vibrating? There is no job in
Just
Nigeria.
imagine, some Nigerians haven't seen 5,000 naira before, says minister.
It's a joint Boko Haram or kidnapping. I think that is the...
That is a Sanigo man. He can't join Boko Haram.
Okay, or should join the non-government.
He's from Imo State, so
it's very eligible to join them. The non-government said that you will be part of Ihane.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Federal government and PDP, they are clashing as a report says economic growth by 3.4%, highest in 7 years. PDP response, this is the voodoo economics of Buhari. When you talk of economic growth, it must have a direct impact on the lives of the people.
Most of these Nigerian media or newspapers should have closed down long enough. What they are reporting is very useless, and it does not in any way help the masses. What do you mean by economic growth? Nandia, these people are very mad. I don't want to start. Using using. I'm not using silly words because by the antecedents, you address a man. When you meet a madman now, you cannot be talking to him the way I'm talking. You must talk to him like a mad person. Bring him to the level which he can understand you.
Speak to him in a language
In a language he understands. So these people are very stupid and useless. So you have to use the right words to communicate to them. It's very unfortunate. Which growth? What are the indices that defines whether, of course, an economy is growing? It could be, well, maybe they mean the negative growth. But if it's a positive growth, the impact have not been seen. How much is the exchange rate? Close to 40%. You see, the how much is the, what do you call it now? The inflation is now balanced, well balanced at two single digits. Close to 37 or more. So what are you saying? 34. You can imagine what that means. That Nigerian currency or monetary value has lost its value by 34%. That is the meaning of that. That the purchasing power of your naira, of Nigerian economy against other currency, you have lost 35%, and for dollar, you have lost almost, will I say, 5,000%. You see, and how can you tell us that the economy is growing? Where the economy, people, I mean, are being subjected to all level of cruelty.
Call it voodoo growth.
People are dying, and of course, it's unfortunate that we found ourselves within this contraction. But whatever happens, we know that there must be a way out.
Out of school children, a national problem. That's from the federal government. Out of school children, a national problem.
You see? Well, this contraction is anybody to himself and God's for us all. So I don't see a reason why the sixth largest oil producing state in the world could not afford to cater for the basic education, financing the basic education of our supposed future generation or future leaders. So I don't see, it is unjustifiable. There is nothing they can say to justify that. See, it's very unfortunate, and well, the parents will continue to push. I know things are not very easy at this time. I also have my challenges. I've never had such experience before, especially this time. But that notwithstanding, I will encourage everyone to keep hope alive. Do not depend on the government, otherwise your wives or children might not, of course, have opportunity of being schooled. It's very unfortunate, but what that is pointing out is that we don't have a system that cares. We don't have a system that is interested in investing in her younger ones. And what are you creating when you are not investing deliberately and consciously through your policies and, of course, programs? Then you are preparing for, of course, a more destructive system. You are giving the children opportunity to hurt you, opportunity to not be identified with the system, because we don't have a system. I will continue to say it because in a sense society, somebody who is from Nigeria, from this contraction, traveled to Europe Southern Europe, and was given scholarship to read any of his uh, discipline, choice discipline. And it's not from Europe. He claimed to be a Nigerian. What his own country could not afford to give him, what he could not afford to enjoy within your own country, was made available to him in a strange land, in a land of fugitive. So, how do you think that the person will sit? In what light do you expect him to look Nigeria? You tell him it's your country. What you could not afford, the basic medical care facility you cannot enjoy in your country. You're enjoying it elsewhere. I want the persons to believe in Nigeria. Even those in Nigeria, of course, are left at the mercy of whatever happens to them. So these are more reasons why we must end the system. Because the longer this system is prolonged or is allowed to continue, the more aggravating, of course, and very unfortunate we continue to bear, of course,
Even an army
the
officer,
pain and the burden.
an army officer is saying that I was declared insane for exercising my rights. I was declared insane for exercising my rights. That's an army officer that is speaking.
What happened exactly?
He you know, some army officers were remanded because they refused to go ahead on the Boko Haram without enough sophisticated weapons. So he was saying that it was no, it's not the.
They have been considered as sacred cows, which of course should be slaughtered at will, and of course at the beck and call of the executives. So it's unfortunate that which side does he have right in Nigeria? Who gives him the rights?
An army officer.
That army officer who gave him the right is a slave. It's a slave to the caliphate. It's a slave to the Nigerian system. It's a slave to this deceptive system. Which right does it have? Let him go and die the death he deserves. You see? What a useless is just crying foul. You see, I will not encourage anyone to remain within the Nigerian force. It's a useless system. They don't care for you, and unfortunately, most of the armies are not in touch with reality. A government, a system that does not care for you, that does not cater for you. Many people have lost their life, have been, amputated and incapacitated. Who is taking care of them? Even the money meant for them, which is a stipend, will also be cornered by the side and shared among several quarters before, if actually, it will get to them. So, which right does he have? What a shame that even as a serving officer in the zoological army does not know that he does not have any right. He does not have any opinion of his own. You see? So it's very unfortunate, let alone the so-called ordinary masses or the Nigerian citizens. So they don't have rights. Look at I listened to the outcome of the last court sitting, Nnamdi Kanu case. That why the DSS could not allow a change of clothes, a change of raiment for close to 7 months was because he wanted to wear his own traditional wear. Isiagu is just like the Abada of the Yorubas. It's just like the Babariga of the Hausas. It's just like as they just wear their kaftan or whatever. He was denied because his own relative brought a cloth with Isiagu, designed in Isiagu, which is the cultural wear of an Igbo man.
No, the judge said it represents IPOB.
How do you mean?
That's a Biafran insignia.
what represents IPOB? Isiagu represents IPOB.
The Biafran
People are wearing it everywhere. I can also wear it. It's being sold in the market. So you can see the level of rascality, the level of madness in the system. When does, okay, you now look at what you're wearing. You know what this means? You see?
It's a club jersey. It's a club jersey.
Huh?
It's Tottenham club jersey.
So they should have fined you for wearing this. How has the country been reduced to such, destructive and ridiculous level that even citizens have not even rights of existence, of living, let alone having right to question the government? It's very unfortunate. And of course, there won't be a quid. Why? Because the government itself is the Boko Haram. Those within the corridor of power are the ones financing Boko Haram. Because you can't tell me that Boko Haram is thriving. They are more equipped, more sophisticated. They have more, intelligence network than the so-called Nigerian states. As a Nigerian, a section, a sect, a religious sect, or an Islamic apologists, a set of Islamic apologists can beat the intelligence system of the Nigerian state. Establish their own caliphate, and their own system is still running within the territory of Nigeria. And yet they will always be going after my people, my brothers and sisters, and be harassing them and taking over these young men to a non-destination, almost killing them. On the basis of you are wearing clothes, that becomes a crime in the Nigerian state. You see, how long can we be living in such deceptive and useless system?
Thank you very much.
You see, that they have forgotten the art of governance. The responsibility started with, of course, we don't have a country. It's a major geographical expression, as rightly, of course, expressed by the late sage Awolowo.
Thank you very much.
Chikozie Ndibo, referendum or nothing else.
Thank you, Mr. Chigozie. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Chris.
Matthew, let's talk about the economy this morning. 3.4% growth, highest in 7 years. Let's take a look at that.
Thank you for having me. Matthew is the name. For me, I don't think it is worth celebrating. Quite agreed. Nigeria Bureau of Statistics have said that is the current growth. But to what extent does that translate to the well-being of Nigerians? Well, if you look at that percentage, it is a means to an end. It's not an end itself. Because you look at to what extent have it impacted on other areas of life, like poverty, like employment rates and all that. And to what extent has it impacted on macro indices, like inflation rates and other areas of the economy? To what extent have it impacted on economy, interest rates, on inflation? So if you look at, I'm coming. If you look at Nigeria inflation within the period under review, according to that same Nigerian statistical bureau, you see that as of December 2021, specifically, Nigerian inflation was 15.63%. And how do you come about inflation? If you are spending and there is no correspondence in production of goods and services, there is bound to be inflation. So if you are celebrating the GDP growth, how has it impacted in the life of Nigerians? And again, we all know why we recorded this growth. Not because of agricultural, not because of growth in the agricultural sector or in the production sector. It is because if you look at 2020, there was restriction globally as a occasion by COVID-19 lockdown. So in 2021, when the restrictions were eased, we had the privilege to start selling our crude again. So the major reason you see increase growth in that GDP is as a result of our ability to sell crude, not mainly because of other areas of the economy. So that is why you are not seeing the growth impacting in the lives of Nigerians. Because the same way we have been operating on money economy is the same situation we find ourselves currently. So instead of the government celebrating the growth of that GDP, they should look at how do you better the life of Nigerians? How do you check inflation? Not checking inflation through monetary policy by withdrawing or by reducing the money circulation, but address it through productivity of non-oil sector. Those are the areas they should be thinking of, not celebrating GDP growth that is not reflecting the life of Nigerians.
Somebody is saying, PDB, this is the voodoo economics of Buhari. When you talk of economic growth, it must have a direct impact on the lives of the people.
No, it may not be voodoo. The growth, I'm not doubting the growth. Because if you look at this Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, even when we were in recession, they reported it. So they have been consistent in their reporting, not minding. I don't think government have a way of influencing them, or government is not interested in influencing them, or something like that. What I'm trying to say is the growth is not impacting on Nigerians because it is as a result of our sale of crude. So if you want a growth that impact on Nigerians, develop other areas of the economy, like the agricultural sector, the production sector, so that you galvanize production activities that will impact on Nigerians. Because the money the government is earning through selling of crude is entering the government pocket. It's not impacting on the life of Nigerians. And the government as well is spending it. And as you are spending, you are not producing. The inflation is increasing. So it's a common phenomenon.
Okay. Let's look at cash transfer. Some Nigerians haven't seen 5,000 naira before, says minister.
It's unfortunate that that minister will be saying that. I listened to her on channels, but it's unfortunate because I don't think that amount of money she's mentioning cannot buy her a recharge card.
Yeah, she said it. She said it.
So why can she be saying that some downtrodden Nigerians that 5,000 is
a lot?
It's a lot. For me, it's a mockery of the poverty status of those people. Because it doesn't matter how you look at it. What can 5,000 do in the life of an individual? Okay, she may argue that they stay in rural environment, perhaps they do not pay rent. They may be dwelling in their respective houses, or maybe they depend on people who provide accommodation for them. But even at that, what can 5,000 do in the life of an adult in Nigeria? Virtually, I've not seen it. I'm not saying it cannot get to a 1 or 2 meals, but to say somebody is celebrating because of 5,000 and is coming on air to say it is a mockery on the status of those downtrodden Nigerians. Honestly, it's a mockery.
Okay, let's look at another out of school children, a national problem. That's from the federal government.
You are saying it's a national problem. I'm not saying anywhere you go, you do not see out of school children. Because I saw the guy who was saying it. He mentioned Lagos, he mentioned Enugu, he mentioned Jos. But again, it doesn't matter anybody's opinion. If you look at the percentage of out of school students in Nigeria, northern part of the country have a reasonable percentage. Conclusively, one can say on the basis of assumption that the north is the major problem when it comes to out of school children. Go and look at Bauchi, for instance. Bauchi alone accounts for 1.something million out of school children. So it doesn't matter the opinion of anybody. The statistics are there. The whole world knows what is happening. The north has a major percentage of out of school children in Nigeria. So they should.
It's not giving the country the burden.
Of course, not just in the area of course. I can confidently say it because look at the area of insurgency. Look at how the children of the north are easily radicalized to become bandits, to become insurgents. Boko Haram, ISWAP. Is on record that when about 601 person repented for Boko Haram, Mr. President alluded to the fact that he was surprised to observe that a good number of those repented Boko Haram members are Nigerians. So if you look at the percentage of Nigerians in that number, it's almost 99%. And this is a direct impact of not educating these children. Because a child you refuse to educate that will not know his left from his right will easily become vulnerable to be recruited into banditry, into insurgency, into kidnapping gang, and all that. So we should not shy away from the truth. The northern part of the country account for up to 80% of out-of-school children in Nigeria. So it doesn't matter the opinion of whoever is speaking. We all know the figure.
Fuel scarcity, federal government, marketers, others disagree.
The disagreement is not what we need. What we need is solution. What we need is for the government to synergize, whether the midstream sector, the downstream, government regulatory agencies, NNPC, the president who is the substantive minister of NNPC, Minister of Petroleum Resources, the Timmy Presibia who is the Minister of State for that same ministry. They should all synergize to survey the situation to get us out of this quagmire. Because whether we like it or not, this fuel scarcity is already impacting on the economy. It's already causing inflation to rise. It's already affecting every other sector of the economy. Because we all know that anything that happens to PMS have multiplier effect in the Nigerian economy. And the ripple effect is already being felt in almost every area of life. Yesterday, I had cause to go to Maza. If you look at from here to Ikeja, the transport doubled. No, it didn't double. I paid instead of 100, I paid 150 to Ikeja. The same thing happened from Ikeja to Oshodi. Instead of 200, I paid 300. From Oshodi to my two, instead of the same 200, I paid 300. Okay, so from my two to Maza, instead of number 15 naira, I pay 100. So you see that it's already impacting on every human endeavor. So personally, if I'm going to do business, I will capture that cost of transportation in what I'm going to do. And the man who I'm billing will equally capture what he's paying me into his own billing. Fuel. So it has multiplier effect. And the government should address it.
It's very hard to even see fuel.
The government should address it.
Thank you very much. I have Mr. Lucky. Good morning, Mr. Lucky.
Good morning, my brother.
Somebody was asking, you didn't come yesterday.
Actually,
the price of yam
the situation of the country is so bad. Whereby
you are looking fresh. You are looking fresh.
Let me just sing the song anyhow. They say, what can we anyhow way? My name is Lucky Ayagbe.
You can
ask the question.
Sing the song.
I say, which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? I love my fatherland. I want to know which way Nigeria, so that Nigeria will die. Many people are suffering without fuel every day. Many people are dying in the street. Many people are suffering without electricity. Many people are dying sleeping on the bridge. Which way Nigeria, so that we not die. We cannot eat every day, every night. Nigerians are suffering under Buhari Osibanjo. Which way Nigeria, so that Nigeria will die. That is, I wake up this morning, I cry. If you see my face, I'm crying. I don't know what will happen. I don't know what happened next. If 102 women can come out for presidency 2023, I don't know what the youth are doing. It's a sign that the youth are not doing their right.
Have declared now. Some youth have declared.
How many youth have declared? If 102 women from East can declare, something is wrong. It's a sign that we, the youth, should take our destiny in our hands. So I am crying this morning. I am crying every day. I am crying that by this time, Nigeria is talking about queuing of fuel. I am crying, Nigeria is talking about no electricity. I am crying, Nigeria is talking about hospital. I am crying, Nigeria is talking about road. I am crying, Nigeria is talking about transport. I am crying, people lining up. We are tired of this country. That's why I sung that song by Sono Kosu, my brother. Blessed memory. My name is Loke Yagbona.
Years ago.
Yes.
Years ago.
And
still, we are still experiencing the same.
God gave me this song this morning. Which way Nigeria? People are dying. People are suffering. No fuel, no electricity, no hospital, no food. What are we living for? Nothing to eat. You see somebody that is passing. Come and tell them.
Everything difficult to eat.
Dude, you see,
Rice, 30,000 naira a bag. It's not supposed to be so.
see, let's pass it by. Pass it by.
30,000 a bag. Gariko.
Yamko.
Eh?
Yamko.
Food.
Which way Nigeria? Anyway, my name is Lucky Eyagbona. I just want to make common sense. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, let's look at.
Common sense for Nigeria.
Thank you.
Let us look for somebody where he can help us for government.
The government is promising 5.
You can see the level deterioration by the APC government and PDP. See where they put us. You see, this man was just passing by with his daughter and his wife and saw me lamenting. And the man joined me. That is how level of Nigeria people who are passing by. This is what is happening everywhere all across Nigeria. We are suffering. That's why some that
federal government
which way Nigeria?
Giving Nigerians 5,000 naira.
That is an abuse. That is a disgrace. That's a shame. That is nonsense. Nonsense. What is 5,000 naira? I'll give you an example now. Yesterday, I went to 10 liters of fuel to go a gallon to go and buy fuel. Got it to that place, they were selling a liter 200 naira. Now you times 200 naira times 10. Apart the price, apart the time you are going to waste. So that 5,000 has gone for only just fuel. You have not buy gas. You have not buy food. You have not buy this. What is 5,000 naira? That 5,000 naira is what the big people, the rich people are using to clean their nyash. 5,000 they use it to clean their nyash. 5,000 they used to buy drop for their dogs in the house. Is it 5,000 they're going to give me to take up my family who have 3 children and my wife? So we are in trouble. It's a shame. Since they started this 5,000, my son, my daughter have not witnessed anyone. You should ask the minister who is collecting this 5,000 naira. Is it from the north, or from the east, or from the south, or the west? Who are the vulnerable?
The poor.
My brother, I am poorer than the poorer. I am not cursing myself. Do you know how I wake up every morning to see I will get 1,000 naira? What are you saying? Poor? Everybody is poor except those in Asoro or Lagos State Government House or Edo House. So people are rich. Go ask people for the street if they can live very fine.
What of the rice pyramid that they say when you enter the market, it will...
Have you seen anyone? I told you last time, all this are jamboree. All this way of telling that APC is working. Where is the rice in now? The rice have gone to their houses to go and feed dogs and animals. This rice supposed to come out for us to see. We are not seeing the rice. Automatically, they take the rice to their houses to go and feed their dogs and their animals. Go and find out. Have you seen anyone as a press man? Have you seen any rice? That Buhari rice, APC rice? Have you seen anyone? Tell me. Rice is still going to 30,000 naira. Yam is still going higher. Everything in Nigeria, because you know why? People are not going to farm. When you have men parading with weapons in the bush, look for a hunter who might be to kill sort of animal. Nobody go to farm. So we are hearing billion. Imagine this morning, they say GDP is high. GDP is high in paper in Asoro. People are dying in poverty. GDP is not working on me and my children. You only written it in Asoro. Who is the chairman of economy in Nigeria? Osibajo. What do you expect Osibajo to say? That the economy is good for newspaper. But when you got the reality, fuel be sold 400 naira. Electricity, 150,000 naira. School fees, student at home. Everything. electricity. Man, I told you.
Okay,
What are 50,000 naira? Go to other places. No electricity. See, instead of going front, we are going back. Which way, Nigeria?
Mm.
Which way, Nigeria?
Mm.
This no one can boast of it.
NYSC students have finished their service. Now we are talking about unemployment. Unemployment. Where are these lads going to get jobs?
You see, where is the job? When they come out now, some of them will go to Yahoo. Some of them will go to Baba Jebu. Some of them will go because there's no business you can set up now. You need at least 200,000 or 300,000 to rent a shop. I get me? Now, when you rent a shop 200,000, all of the things you are going to put there. And when you put it in the shop, nobody's buying. Nobody's buying. How does that mean? Nobody's buying. When you are selling food, nobody's buying. Selling clothes, nobody's buying. Ask anybody. These are just what. Do you know why? The reason is that we have people who think they can rule this country. Let me give you an example. When Buhari was doing campaign, was going around, Buhari fought many times. Nigeria still voted for him. I get to be fought for Asaba, fought for Bayosa, fought for the Northern when he about to climb the pulpit. And he fought. Nigeria still vote for him. Now somebody still coming down. Anywhere he go, he have to go to toilet 3 times. Anywhere he go, he have to use for fight. Anywhere he go, he has to.
No,
Nigeria is still campaigning for that person.
Not anywhere.
The pastor asked him, my brother, if what happen in the state, and they reported, my brother, believe that anything you hear for internet, Nigeria is truth. There's nothing light on it. When somebody is blogging 100 and something years and he's telling 70, somebody will tell that person that this time around you're already above 80 something. Anything can happen.
Mm.
They got their age to become president, but naturally, you know, body, you can't deceive body. You cannot deceive body. So if people can be traveling to London every minute to go and check themselves, what are they checking?
Which way, Nigeria?
Which way? That's why I say, which way, Nigeria? Which way, Nigeria? I want to know because people are dying like chicken. That they are becoming chicken in Nigeria. Even the chicken we eat doesn't die the way human beings are dying in Nigeria.
Mm.
I am telling you the truth.
Which way, Nigeria?
The way is that now is for us, Nigeria youth. Even the youth, I'm saying the youth, are we not self-dangerous? Because if you look at the youth, House of Rep is a youth man, like Jami Alabi. Then the governor of Ikogi is a youth man. It's a youth because it's a youth. At least it's not up to 70. I don't have at least 50 something.
Okay.
Now, like one, if you check, maybe 60 or 50 something are youth. But the point is that they are not doing well. Imagine the only person that rules this country, Malami and president. Look at the election act. Look at the attorney Nigerians. Are you getting me? Look at how can the governors thinking how to increase tax. See, we don't have president. I don't think we have president. But if you have president, a president wants to address this fuel scarcity.
In the country, go on, grab.
Let me tell you, the minister of petroleum, he is the minister of petroleum. He's supposed to have sacked himself. The MD of petroleum supposed to have resigned. When you bring a bad fuel to Nigeria, and we are the one paying with our nose, so head's supposed to roll.
It's a mistake.
Which mistake? How can you make mistake? But you did not make mistake for billions. Me and you are the one paying it. Which kind of mistake a minister will make? Now, you are paying it. Go to police station, they are holding fuel. We have security agency, they are supposed to go and check it. Nobody checking. Me and you are suffering it. No lights, no fuel, no food, no president, no vice president, no senate president, no speaker. Nigeria have become 0, 0, 0 every day. We are not moving forward. See, me and you can't do anything. But thank God, every day we always come here to make sure Nigeria that what is going on. We are doing our best here. I can't begin carry a gun. I can carry cutlass. But what I'm doing here, Nigeria, we are tired. That's why I say which way Nigeria.
Okay.
We have to come together and pray and let God come down to save us for this menace,
And
to save us for this poverty.
Add prayer with work.
Yes, I pray. We pray every day. But the point is that are we really doing the right thing? Sin have taken over everything in Nigeria here. You see a small lady being molested, adult rapists, many things, ritualists, everything has become unknown in Nigeria because you have not good leadership. In every state, the governors are not working. Everybody is thinking 2023 sort of to focus what that will benefit me and you so that we eat. A president doesn't eat well, we die in sacrifice. Die. I am crying. See my tears. I am not happy every day I wake up. I cry. I cry. I weep for this country. I weep. I cry. My brother. It's only God that will save us.
Very much. I have this fully. I think Mr. Lucky is passionate this morning.
He's really passionate. I think he has think over the life from the beginning to an end. So how do we start? How did he even start life? And how is he ending it? You know.
Sometimes I look at people that have wife and children.
People like us, there is frustration in the house. Nobody will tell you. Frustration written all over everybody. You know, this morning now I have exchange of words with my wife. Serious one. There are a lot of people that have their own too. Men can't even go home.
At least women should understand that.
Yeah, what kind of understanding? When you are marrying them, did you put understanding inside it that they must understand with you? When you are marrying them, when you are producing, when you are fucking your wife, when you are having, intercourse with your wife, do you understand that, what you are doing, with snowball to, child out, the problem is this is going to limit, the situation we have now is going to limit the child's backs, we always, because the consolation of every man, consolation of every common man is always sex. I'll say that. It's always sex. So what I'm saying now is the suffering is too much. But why people always pretend is you see them suffering and smiling, as Fela said, suffering and smiling. Yeah, well, So the problem of this country is so enormous that the way it is now, they've cut us off, that we are not even existing. And one problem, you wake up, one problem too many. You wake up with electricity today, tariff is hiding there for you. Hiking tariff of electricity. Fuel is there now. We are battling that. We are still going to battle electricity. You see? So, so what I'm saying now, the whole country, I don't tired. If anything want to happen this day now, say protest or anything, I will join. I have to join the protest. We cannot continue like this. And any protest that comes in now will not be easy. So the government should wake up. The government should wake up. That answer zone will be a child's play when the real mother of all protests come in now, because we're tired. If my father is among them, I warn him, it's better resign, because anytime the masses are going to rise up against all this depression, all this oppression, all this suffering, right? It's too much, my brother.
Okay, let's look at cash transfer. Some Nigerians haven't seen 5,000 naira before.
There is only a stupid Nigeria that will be waiting for 5,000 from federal government. When they are swallowing 100 million, they are swallowing billions. The money they are doing on the cash transfer they are doing, there's corruption within that cycle. There's corruption within Ministry of Finance there that is in charge of this cash transfer. They should come out and say it openly. What can 5,000 even buy? What can 5,000 buy? You look at the economy to degenerate into a mess. And you're not saying you are giving, what can 5,000 cannot even take you, cannot take you home. 5,000 cannot take you home. And all this money now, the naira we are having is a cost money. That naira,
No, our naira.
our naira
Cost.
is a cost money. Yeah, that is it. It's a cost money. You hold that naira account down. The way you spend it, you will not know. And some people are telling me blood money is in circulation in this country. Blood money, serious. You know, because money that is circulating hands down is either through ritual, is either through political, angle, and politics money is blood money likewise. Because you leave people that you're supposed to take care of, you leave them to starve to death. Is that not blood money you are spending? You that you're supposed to fix road. Let's assume Lagos Ibadan Expressway now. You're supposed to fix it up. You've not fixed it up, and there's a gentle soul driving on that road, and due to bad infrastructure, he had an accident and died. Is that not blood money? I now bring that money out later and start be sharing for people. Money that you're supposed to use to fix road. In general hospital, in most hospitals now, we're supposed to equip that hospitals with drug. You refuse it. You are going, when you are sick, you go outside, you go and treat yourself. And people are dying due to lack of oxygen in hospital, due to lack of bed space. And you're not telling me it's not blood money. I think until they realize their senses that what they're doing is there's nemesis for all these things they're doing. But these people just believe they are in this life to enjoy the life. They don't want to know the consequence. Whether there's hellfire, whether there's heaven, they don't want to know. Their own is just to enjoy what they came to do in this country.
Federal government PDP clash as economy grows by 3.4%, highest in 7 years. PDP responded saying, this is the voodoo economics of Buhari. When you talk of economic growth, it must have a direct impact on the lives of the people.
I concur with them. I concur.
Like Mohammed, you have an opposition that doesn't want to hear anything good about the country and this administration.
I concur with them. What PDP is saying, I concur with them. Nevertheless, PDP too, they have their own skeleton in their cupboard. They looted a lot.
PDP is even complicit of this.
Yes, now. You can see how the naira was so devalued. They were everybody cashing out, everybody cashing money out, and all sort of things. Then, and there was even it was an heaven space for corruption. Then, no hand was caught, was questioned, was queried under PDP. Why are you guys doing? Put on trial. No hands. PDP gave these people room for us to have this. This kind of government we have now. If PDP have done the needful, done well, tighten up all this thing, and when you keep telling some fools, they will start arguing with you. Some people, no, some fools, some real people understand what is going on. Thank God everybody is facing the reality now that there's no difference between two of them. We tried them, you try this, you try that, you now find yourself that you are just wasting your time. They are all birds of same feathers. They're same. What do you call them? What can I even call them now? Don't let me even use any H word that I would not even like to use. What do you call the two of them? They are just serial killers. They are serial killers. Both PDP or both APC. They are terrorists, political terrorists. So how do we now say one should liberate? How do you want to liberate yourself now? The way we are now, the only thing I keep saying is when the youth are not even focusing on the right thing to do to liberate themselves. Because the problem now on ground now is you have to move. There is no fall. You that you are an artisan, you have to create your own energy. Looking for the fall again to barb. Even to barb your hair now, the price has increased. Even now, I'm still worrying. It may go beyond the 50% or increment. It may go to like 100% now because there's no fall for them to fuel the generator to barb you.
But they have assured that next week everything.
If anything assurance from government is on, just count it out. When you say assurance, that is a word that you must say. Okay, there's hope. But these people, they will assure you the other side will happen. So anything they tell you, just wave it. Let the wind blow it off your head, because it's not these people. You can't rely on what they say. If you rely, you go there, you go payment, you go die. Nasara, death, you go die. Because these people, as they are. One story too many. One story too many. One story too many. That's why you see average Nigeria, the one way get your own korope, go the mind in business, they drive your own korope, anything you see there, he has no business to do with them any longer. Everybody is now connecting directly to God. But heaven help those who help themselves. That's another thing. If you don't help yourself, you don't go to school, you don't read books, and you are expected to sit for an exam and pass. No, my brother. That would be a failure of this thing. So we should stop complaining, and look at the decisive action we can take.
Somebody said if you don't get it right, 2023, Nigeria is
2023 is bound to doom. It's bound to,
you know, get it right.
We can't get it right. 2023, take it or leave it. How we can get it right is, I'm telling you, God forbid, if something like mutiny happen, mutiny, something like mutiny happen,
or referendum,
or no, mutiny, I'll say mutiny happen, and sanitize the whole guys that they believe there is immunity for them, and the mutiny will now come in and say, guys, you are equal to the masses you are ruling. So why these cripples have the differences? Why creating differences between both the oppressed and the rulers and the rules, the governed? So they will now level everybody. You know what I mean? By mutiny, they will now level everybody to same size. You will be say you be former politician, you'll be former governor, they will level you to your size. You know, even put you into gallows, lock you up for some time, whip you, and serious military drilling. Then we now know we are starting a new Nigeria. Anybody that wants to come will be ready to do the needful. If not that, don't expect a better 2023.
Thank you very much.
Same old fools that will still come. And bet it or leave it.
Okay. Thank you very much. I have
Good morning, my brother Jare. I was thinking about what happened the other day in the court, I think 2 days ago. That case is almost quashed. Not the case is quashed, they are just playing games.
Like I said, they are going to keep postponing until this government leaves. Maybe the next.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna be like that. Maybe they don't want to sleep. They want to lose many of their men. I'm telling you now, they cannot not stay. It's not supposed to be there until this government leaves, unless they are asking for trouble. We know that is where it is leading to, but it is wrong. Set him free, make him go, leave him. They are holding him at gunpoint. Do you understand? This is not detention, but they are holding Nnamdi Kanu on gunpoint. Nnamdi Kanu, he will have no reason to be there.
I say hostage.
Yes, hostage anyway. Hostage anyway. That's hostage because he has been abducted. And when you are an abductee, if you keep him, is what? Captive. Is what? Hostage. So that's it. That one is not detention. These people are criminals. Look at the lower house. They are criminals. Lower house, the Speaker of House of Representatives, Bajamila, is a wanted druggist in the UK.
Like
Abakiari. No, like Abakiari, he served though and come out. Agbajamila, nobody knew that. They accepted him there. Oga, in America, if you served 200 years ago and it happened that you are still alive, currently, America will never include you. If they can never give you any appointment. Governmental position, you can't take it because you have stained your name. A ex-convict from UK is Nigerian speaker in the House of Representatives. Man, many things are coming up. See, the fight between Tinubu and the Rauf Aregoshala, the former Osun State governor, is going to spring up many secrets. We don't know. We have never known. Look at Bajamila, an ex-drug convict, speaking for the lower house, lower chamber.
It has the Nigerian system has not.
No, my brother, is bad, but it's bad now. It's bad now. You don't allow a criminal to be there, man. You don't allow a criminal to be there because they will not deliver what? Dividend of democracy. Do you understand? But it's wrong now.
No wonder what's happening in Abakiari. Look at the network of
drug cartels. Do you understand? Okay.
If the guy mentions any name, politicians will
it will be trouble. it will be trouble for Nigerian politicians because let me tell you, we are following him based on the scams. He connived with Hotch Puppy. What happened? They sent him away. Let me tell you, he was enjoying himself. If it could be only for the scam case, Abakari for no go anywhere. Abakari was busy clubbing. This latest arrest by NDLA, Abakari was busy clubbing until his current arrest by NDLA officials, headed by Marwa. And the way Marwa perfected this arrest, man, I love the man. When he was Lagos State Governor, 1996, until 1999, he performed.
Yeah,
and the first step he took was initiation of Operation Swift, and Lagos State had the best security nationwide then. That's I remember that. So let me tell you, you see what Marwa did? Marwa told his boys to play along with Abakari because he knew that Abakari is a criminal. You know, the guy is a criminal. He must let himself off the hook. So he asked his boys to play along with Abakari. They play along with him. They gave him bribe, he collected. They on cam. He did not know that they on cam. The device was working. They taped the conversation. They perfected it. Do you understand? That he has accepted that actually he was involved in drug cartel business. And when they sounded like, Oga, you're under arrest, he wanted to say, no, wait, they on it for him. He typed by himself. He sent mails to all those boys. I didn't understand. There's no way he's going to let his head off the hook unless Buba Marwa resigns. I'm telling you the truth. He will not escape it.
The IG was adamant at first.
Very, 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 very bad.
It was Buba Marwa that went to meet the IG.
Yes, himself.
If they allowed the police, they'll have...
If they allowed police, Abakari would have gone free. What kind of country is this?
While he had a crime on his head, he still went to even carry out this drug deal.
Thank you so much. He keep on selling drugs. The other crime has not been treated. The deal of the former crime, do you understand, physical crime has not been sealed. He entered into another one. He was busy doing that one without signing the deal, without ending the other, sealing the other deal. The other day was on progress, only that America wasn't even interested anymore. Then this guy now delved into drug trafficking. He was doing it before his, complication with Hot Puppies, crime. Do you understand? Now, let me tell you, this country is full of vices. Let me tell you, I think maybe unless Jesus Christ comes or Biafra goes, Nigeria will not be. If anybody likes to answer that name Nigeria has been a curse. That curse will be following such people. Maybe people in the core north or northwest, because as far as I'm concerned, the mid-belters, they don't want to assume the name Nigeria anymore.
Okay, out of school children, a national problem in Nigeria.
Out of school
children.
Their number is too much. Yes, because of a bad economy now. Many out of school children, many of them.
Days, free education.
Yeah, free education is it. Because let me tell you, out of school children, you can only have it in the north. Because Lagos State, Southwest, there are states in Southwest I know that are operating free education. Or your state is free education. Lagos State is free education. So when you talk about Easterners, I'm proudly to tell my brothers abroad that Easterners, they train their children in the school. There are no out-of-school children in Anambra, no out-of-school children in Imo, Abia, and the boys. Even though there is, very small. Do you understand? That is the rate of poverty. I'm just trying to narrate the rate of poverty. If you want to equate it between the north and the south, there is much. It's not balanced at all. The north is suffering. Much poverty is crushing the northern region of Nigeria. There are many children out of school in the north, in their millions. That is too much. Because I see most of them in Lagos State here. There is this boy, he always comes with his shoemaker. Yeah. He will be visiting a very small boy. I will say, my boy, come. He will laugh. If I call him now, he will laugh. We have turned it to joke. I say, why are you not in the school? The guy will have no reason to tell me that. But as a man, I know it's because of poverty. Then I question him again. Are you from Sokoto or Kano? He said, no, it's from Niger. I say, you are from Niger? He said, yes. How come? Did you cross the border without paper? He said, no. The boy was laughing. Small boy. Do you understand? It is unbearable if this kind of thing could occur in the Eastern Nigeria. No, it can't. Somebody somewhere, the uncle or aunties. There are many aunties and the uncles that would like to pay school fees for the boy in question. So you blame it on poverty. Then in Yoruba, it's small a bit. You can't get it in Yoruba land, especially Lagos State. But in Ogun State, where the government is not doing the needful, that you have Ogun. No, Oyo State is okay. Makinde is trying. Governor Makinde is trying. See, Ogun State is thinking with poverty. I can call Lucky as a witness. We went to Ogun State 2 days ago. Oga, Ogun State, the road is the worst now. Igbo land is no longer worse. Igbo land, Igbo road. You know, say there was a time Igbo road has broken record all over the world. Igbo road.
Aba road.
Yes, Aba, they are doing it. They are doing Aba road now. Anambra, our road before was like Nchi track. Uzonchi, the road that grass cutters takes in the bush. Uzonchi. Anambra State has picked up one of the best in the southeastern Nigeria now, our road. So go to Ogun State and cry. Go to Ogun State and shed tears. Ibikunle Abibukun Amosu. I told them 3 days ago that the meaning of Amosu in Igbo land is witchcraft. They were looking at me. Yes, Amosu. You don't know, say they born in Lagos.
Amosu is from Amosu.
Amosu is witchcraft. They are hater of bad news, and it happened that the governor of Ogun State is Amosu. Ipukunle, no, currently, he's the serving governor. Dako Amosu now.
Abiodun.
Amosu was the former one. No.
He didn't current.
But Amosu now.
Amosu was the one who tried to build road from Amosu was that road is staying, that's flyover. That flyover at Akute side.
Thank you, it's rotting away. Yes, that flyover. Thank you. Yes, that flyover is rotting away, Christian. If you go there, and Fatola was then. The governor of Lagos State then. Former Fatola's administration. That road, that flyover, the pillar, the iron, everything is rotting away. Ogun State is thinking with poverty. The roads there are dusty. The whole Ogun sink, everything. If you go to Abeokuta will look nice. But what about if for local government? What about Egbado South? What about Ilari? Owode? Everywhere is rotting away. No government in Ogun State. One of the most controversial states in Nigeria now, as I'm talking to you currently, is Ogun State. That's where Obasanjo comes from. Ikene, Awolowo is from Ikene. Otibanjo is from Ogun State. Are you listening to me? Fela is from Ogun State. All of them, I don't know what is wrong with them. Even Baba Wole Soyinka is from Ogun State. These people, their state is the worst. Tunde Bakare? No, I think Bakare is from Kwara State. Oyedeko is from Kwara State. Ogun State. The worst state of the federation, I'm telling you. If you go there, you shed tears. Man, people are suffering there. I went there with Lucky, we were on Okada, man. Everywhere from Ichaga, Lagos. Gallop, pothole, everywhere. Those Okada guys were laughing. The Okada guy approached me and said, you see this present situation, condition of the road? I say yes. He said, it is better than the former because they pour laterite. He said, formerly, it was more, deteriorated than this. Deplorable. So let me tell you, Ogun State, we don't know what to do. My brother, rate of poverty cost is the reason why you have out-of-school children, many numbers of children on the streets across the states of the federation without going to school. It is because this current government has inflicted Nigerians with the most excruciating poverty situation I've ever witnessed in my life. Everybody,
in your life,
parents, I'm telling you, Buhari regime is the worst I have witnessed. See, we are the ones that tested the best of Nigeria. During the UPE, I was a small kid. I enjoyed free education under Ramat Mohammed. I enjoyed free education under Chagari. This trouble started in 1983. My brother, let me tell you, Buhari regime is the worst ever. Okay? They include criminals in their government. Criminals are the constituents of this current government. They follow Buhari, run his government, and he doesn't know because he is not alive anymore. Abubakar, that is his name. From Niger, cannot tell you much about Nigeria. He doesn't know what it takes. Yes, he doesn't know anything about Nigeria. And we are talking about somebody like Malami. Malami Okeke, Abubakar Okeke Malami. That one is just a Katuriara. I think understand who has been bringing charges after charges. I laugh. The other trial 2 days ago, on 16th, no more fresh charges. Because Abubakar Chukwuemeka, he wanted to bring another charges. He was like, man, Ozekome is here, and the Binta Yako is tired, of him, his own, let me call it tantrum or whatever I might use here. He said, Oga, pay those boys you have been detaining within Nandekan over the years without trial. Pay them 200,000. I was even wondering why Yako should stoop that kind of low. Award only 200,000 to a man that has been sponsoring bunkering across Nigeria, bunkering across the continents of the world. Malami was involved on the what? On the crime of what? Siphoning oil from Nigeria to get an oil tank in China. I've forgotten that caption. Magu was among. The former Buhari that is dead was among. $800 and something million. The oil in question belonged to a Mexican. That was how it passed. This Malami was among. Malami has money. Why should Malami be awarded only 200,000 naira to those boys? Because those boys are Igbos. He's supposed to have paid them billions. This guy stayed in detention for how many years? You are awarding only 200,000 to be paid to those boys. Let me tell you, Mr. Man, Mr. Woman, or what do you call yourself in Yako? You are part of them, Binta. But I tell you, remember your certificate, remember your pedigree, remember your own integrity. When you do what you do now, might await you in the future. I'm telling you, that award is too small. We would have awarded billions for those boys to have something to lean on if they comes out from detention. But you are just giving only 200,000.
We've come to the end of Bystanders and Newsstand this morning. I would say a big thank you to those that have spoken this morning, and also a big thank you to our listeners and viewers this morning. I would say we will close here till tomorrow on the same platform, the same place, the same time, as we have another wonderful edition of Bystanders and Newsstand. I'm Christian Chiku. Bye for now.